Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome back Senator Jeff Merkley. Senator, good to see you.
Oh, thank you very much. Great to be with you.
Thank you for being here. So in about a month's time, Republicans will have control of the House, Senate, and of course the White House. First time you've seen that, of course, in your 8 years in D.C. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm actually quite concerned, particularly because of the cabinet nominees that President-elect Trump has been putting forward. I think they're nominees who are very inconsistent with his campaign and very scary for America.
Are there any individuals that stand out to you perhaps the most?
Well, to give you an example of this, in his campaign, Donald Trump really said he's going to take on Wall Street, but he's taken 3 key Goldman Sachs alumni and put them in positions to control the economy. He said he was going to fight for workers, but his nominee for Labor Secretary is not someone who's ever fought for workers. He said he was going to drain the swamp. But we see big oil and big banks just very prominently portrayed in his cabinet. So this is not really a drain the swamp strategy.
It's been more than 25 years since a cabinet nomination has been rejected. You will have, of course, a part in the nomination process. What, if anything, do you plan to do?
Well, I certainly am going to participate vigorously in the hearings, the vetting process. This is an important role we have under the Constitution, under advice and consent. Our responsibility, as President Hamilton indicated, was you need to take and determine if someone's a fit character or unfit character. So that's our charge, and of course that's be interpreted broadly in terms of experience and personal qualifications. So I think we'll have quite a conversation about that.
Do you see Democrats at all giving any of these nominees the Merrick Garland treatment, if you will?
No, not the Merrick Garland treatment. The Merrick Garland treatment was to not do the responsibility under the Constitution to vet candidates and to vote on them. We'll be vetting, we'll be voting. That's our responsibility. Actually, I'm very disturbed about what happened with Merrick Garland, where the Senate refused to do its responsibility under the Constitution. It's a terrible precedent going forward. We should have, in fact, I'd advocate that we should have, for all but the Supreme Court, a 100-day clock that basically says Senate has 100 days to act. If they haven't acted in 100 days on a nominee, that nominee gets an hour of debate and an up and down vote, so that people are not held in limbo forever.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Senator Jeff Merkley. Senator, climate change is a big concern of yours. How do you feel this administration, the new administration, is going to handle that, and what concerns do you have?
Well, we're racing the clock on climate change. We're seeing the impact here in Oregon with our longer fire seasons, with the impact on our oysters, with the impact on drought, and we can't afford to stumble. But with this election, we really did more than stumble. We took a major faceplant. When you have a president-elect who nominates the head of Exxon to be in charge of foreign policy, then we're really in a situation where fossil fuels are being advanced rather than clean and renewable energy. And we don't have the time to keep extracting and burning fossil fuels. We have to quickly end that practice, replace it with clean and renewable electrons, move a lot of things onto the grid. And we need to lead the world in that effort. So we need a Secretary of State who will be in partnership with the President leading that effort. This is a threat to our entire planet. America is dependent upon by the rest of the world, and we have to be there to set the course.
What are you least looking forward to in this next session?
Well, I must say, once the nominations are done, we'll be getting into a lot of policy proposals. Those of us, there may find areas that we can find agreement. Perhaps it's on infrastructure. Perhaps it's related to other economic policies. I hope that there are areas that we can find to work together, but I'm concerned, given the cabinet nominees, that we'll be doing a lot of defense. For example, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which ended predatory lending and has returned something like $13 billion back to citizens and prevented who knows how much more, maybe $100 billion more from citizens losing in the first place from predatory loans. Well, the incoming president seems to want to dismantle that, and he has an incoming health potential, well, if assuming he's confirmed, nominee for Health and Human Services who wants to dismantle health care and Medicare. So there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of important policy fights ahead of us.
So I want to try and end on a positive note. What are you most looking forward to about January and beyond?
Well, throughout the history of our nation. The pendulum swings from side to side and policies move from here to there. And it's such an honor and privilege to be part of that dialogue and to listen to Oregonians and hear their feedback. And when they